So my name's Danny, I'm 32. I'm a mother to a gorgeous 8-year-old son called Ethan, and I suffer from a condition called Trichotillomania, which means I constantly pull my hair out. When I find a hair that I like, which is wiry and quite short generally, where it's grown back, I will play with it in my fingers and then I'll pull it out. And at that point you get a mini high, almost like you're in some sort of control or something like that. And then I actually eat the root, and I like to sometimes feel it on my lip before I actually bite it. But then when it's thrown on the floor, I then feel bad and guilty that I'd done it in the first place. My hair is definitely at its thinnest point than it's ever been. The last 6 months, it's been hell. I've always been able to kind of hide it, whereas now I'm struggling with that. Even though I live with this on a daily basis, it still shocks me. The fact you can see through my hair. My hair used to be so thick. You couldn't see through it. You can see anything behind me. I don't know I'm doing it about 80% of the time. It won't be until I look on the floor and there'll be a pile of hair, and then I'll realise that I've been doing it.
Danny knows her behaviour needs to change, but finds it impossible to stop the urge.
A lot of people think it's a habit, but it isn't a habit. I don't want to pull, I have to pull my hair. I'm making my hair go away and be thin and look horrible. I feel guilty that I'm doing that to myself, but I can't stop it.
Her mum, Gillian, remembers when she started to notice her daughter's condition.
Danny started first pulling her hair, I think, as far back as I can remember, a good few years, but I didn't realise what it was. And then about 2 years ago, I saw the hair on the floor in her flat, and I said to her, "What are you doing?" And she said, "Nothing." I said, "Well, what's that hair?" She said, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know I was doing it, Mum."
It does upset her. She doesn't like to see her daughter doing this to herself, and the fact that what I do is causing her emotional upset brings me down even further.
It was hard to say, heartbreaking, because I couldn't help her with this. You know, we always had perhaps a way of helping each other, but I couldn't help her with it. So I felt really bad for her. Sorry.
Gillian feels powerless to stop Danny's hair pulling on her own. And her dad, Nigel, is struggling to understand his daughter's disorder.
I don't know whether it's the way that she feels makes her pull her hair, or she pulls her hair because of the way she feels. It's like a vicious circle. And when she seems to be very down is when it increases. I
feel people are judging me when they look at me. I think they're noticing, they're thinking, what's wrong with her hair? You know, what's going on there? And I just constantly feel that I'm stared at, even when I'm probably not being, but it makes me paranoid.
Having such a strong urge to pull her hair out isn't just destroying Danny's confidence. It's damaging her relationship with her 8-year-old son, Ethan.
I used to walk him to school and back, but as he got older and he was 8 and the school's just around the corner, I made the decision that he could walk to school and back on his own, almost selfishly, because I don't like going up there with lots of parents and lots of people. There's nowhere to hide at the school.
You feel a bit of despair. You feel, what can you do? We've always been able to care for her if she's got a problem, and it just breaks my heart that we can't solve it, and that brings me down, I think, you know, because I am a worrier, and it makes me feel so sad because I couldn't see any way out for her.
I can't keep doing this to myself. I need to do it so that I can have a good life with my son and a full head of hair. It's got to be now, otherwise I'm just not going to leave my house.
For Danny, the stakes couldn't be higher. Desperate to overcome her condition, she's arrived at Speakman Hall with her mum and dad.
I haven't told many people, and not a lot of people know that I had this condition for 18 years, so having to speak openly about it is actually quite daunting and scary.
I'm feeling a bit nervous coming to the Speakmans, but also quite elated that maybe something can happen here for Danielle.
you've got to try to be open and let everything come out to enable a solution to be perhaps discovered. Perhaps something's going to come out that I'm going to discover myself.
We've worked with trichotillomania for quite some time now, and what we've discovered, really, is that trichotillomania is actually a symptom of something that's happened previously, some trauma. So today, our quest is to find out what has happened with Danny, what could her trauma be, and if we can fix that, we should be able to fix the trichotillomania.
Single mum Danny has been constantly pulling her hair out for most of her life. Her once thick, curly hair is now thin, and the bald patches on her head are growing bigger.
My hair is definitely at its thinnest point than it's ever been. I've always been able to kind of hide it, whereas now I'm struggling with that.
It's a condition that's making her feel worthless.
I just constantly feel that I'm stared at, even when I'm probably not being, but it makes me paranoid.
She's hoping the Speakmans can restore her confidence.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
And thank you for coming today.
Thank you for inviting us.
And what is it we can help you with?
I pull my hair out
Okay.
and I eat the root.
Gillian and Nigel, have you actually been aware of how bad this is?
I have now, over the last 12 months, because if I spend time up with her of an evening, I'll watch her and I'll say to her, Danny, please, look at this. I can't help it, Mum, I don't know I'm doing it. And I noticed it was getting worse, and I noticed her trying to cover it all up so that people couldn't see. And if she had to go out, she used to feel self-conscious.
Nigel, what's your thoughts on your daughter pulling her hair out?
When you do see it, I think, oh, cool. That bit's called going bald. And my tendency would be, like dads would normally say to the mother, say something to Danielle about what she's doing, pulling her hair out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've visibly seen it, but I think I tend to be like keep out of the way, if you like, and I aren't going to say too much, because between mum and daughter, they're very, very close, and my passageway through to them would be through Gillian, so I put all the pressure on her.
Nigel, can I ask, are you saying that you shy away from confronting Danny about it?
Yeah, I probably do. More so, yeah.
And why do you feel that you can't speak to her about it directly? Why do you feel you have to go through Gillian?
I suppose that's inbred in me and my character and the way that I was brought up. I've always known, in a sense, that the way that I was brought up obviously will affect the way I deal with my children.
I understand that,
Yeah.
but so are you saying, that, do you feel pushed out?
Oh, no, I don't feel pushed out. No, not within my own family. But from the way that I was brought up, that's always seemed to me to reflect on the way that I've dealt with my children.
Why are you shaking your head there vigorously, Danny?
Because Dad doesn't say, I love you. He'll always say I love you to him on the phone, or if you see him, he'll say love you, and he never says it back.
OK, stop. Did your parents used to tell you that they love you openly?
No, not my mum. My mum really never, although she's been gone a long time, my mum never really took to me, in a sense that I should have been a girl when I was born, because that's what she wanted at the time, and that's always reflected through.
You see, what's really interesting about this, and you're saying that how you were brought up, and the fact is that parents give the children options in life. That's what it's all about. So I'm now thinking that how did Danny get this option to pull her hair? Where'd she learn that from? Have you ever pulled your hair, Gillian?
No.
Are you someone who's anxious, perhaps?
Yes.
Very.
Okay. You see, it comes down, you're absolutely right, it's options. So you can look at your mum, and your mum's giving you an option for that behaviour.
We've worked with trichotillomania for a long, long time, and what we've learned is that trichotillomania is actually a symptom, and there's always a cause. And therefore, this happened, and therefore I do this. This is the symptom. So if you cut your arm, you bleed. If you're stressed or upset about something, you may pull your hair out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
OK, and the same goes for you, Gillian.
You shake.
Yeah.
That's your thing.
That's your symptom.
And then we've got Nigel at the end, who was brought up, really, feeling inadequate because he wasn't what his mum wanted, and probably unloved to a great degree maybe much cared for, but I'm sure that there was some issues there.
My dad I always got on well with my dad, but I don't think either one of my parents could ever express themselves properly.
Absolutely right, and it's a
probably
generation thing.
And that goes back to their parents.
Yes, from the generation.
It is
that
a
they were in,
generation thing, and we've heard this 100 times. But would I be right in saying that you absolutely adore your daughter 100% inside and out?
Yeah, of course I do.
Unconditionally?
Yeah.
See, it's just, we know you're not born with any anxiety disorder or issue. It's either a learned behaviour from an event that's happened that's been traumatic or upsetting, or, like Nick said, because we get an option and we copy behaviour. So like I say, it's a symptom.
Yeah.
Can I ask Danny, what have we just said that's caused you to cry?
Asking him, my dad, if he loves me inside and out unconditionally, and him agreeing, he doesn't say that.
Okay.
He doesn't say that.
But inside, do you not know that?
Yeah, but I'm quite an expressive person, and I like to be affectionate and things, and I don't ever hear much like that from my dad.
So how did this start? You said that you've been pulling for 18 years.
Yes.
So the starting point for us is 18 years ago. What happened?
I was bullied very severely at school, and that was what started my trichotillomania.
Tell us about the bullying. What were you bullied about?
I was very tall, 6 foot, and I only weighed 8 stone 2, so I was really, really slim. And if I look back now, I think it was jealousy. But back then, I was called snapstick legs, anorexic, frizzball head. You know, my hair was, I didn't really know what hair mousse was really, and I had really thick hair and stuff. And it started with that. And so, constant names, and I used to get beaten up after school. They used to follow me after school. And a particular girl used to stab compasses in my back every math lesson. And that's when it started. I used to hide it. Mum didn't know that the girl used to stab me in the back with compasses because I'd come home from school and I would wash my white shirt in shampoo in the sink and hide it in the back of the airing cupboard to dry for the next day so she wouldn't know.
That must be heartbreaking.
Is that because it was full of blood?
Yeah, blood spots all over it from the compass. I can remember where I was the first day I pulled my hair.
Tell us about that.
I was in my mum's room and we used to have a black and white portable TV. And I was watching a programme and I was sat on the bed and I can remember just fiddling with my hair and feeling like a really wiry, thick one and just sort of running my fingers down it and it just happened to sort of come out. I didn't pull it. And I saw the little root on the end of it and something told me just to put it in my mouth. And that's the day it started.
You described what happened.
Yeah.
And you've seen that in your head. I want you to just note the feelings that are attached to that memory.
Well, it was painful, but it made me feel alive.
Okay.
Reminding me that I was there.
And why did you feel not there?
Because of the bullies, I felt like I wasn't good enough for anything.
Okay. And that made you feel like you were?
Yeah. It was reminding me that I am still here and I'm a person and...
Okay. So, Gillian, knowing that this happened such a long time ago, and it went on for many years under your roof and you didn't know anything about it, how does that make you feel hearing that now?
Well, I don't know, I feel inadequate, really. I just wish that she could have come and told us, because now we say everything to each other. We're so good.
She's my best friend.
And we get on, and I think, well, how on earth could I not have seen that or known it?
I did get to the point where I wanted to die. I didn't think anyone would miss me.
Did you really?
Yeah, I didn't think anyone would miss me. I thought it was a waste of space and me being there was just annoying everybody.
Can you tell Danny, Gillian, what that means to you, what she's saying there?
It really breaks my heart. I told you I always loved you.
I never thought you didn't
I
love
care
me.
about you and I love you so much.
Always known you loved me.
So why did you feel nobody wanted you?
Because that's how they made me feel.
But I was there.
But we weren't as close back then as we have grown to be. Now, I wouldn't...
I suppose. No, okay, sorry.
We weren't as close then.
How does it make you feel, Nigel? I'd like you to tell.
It makes me feel sad that I aren't able to do and to say all the time how I feel.
So your dad finds it really difficult to speak to you about his emotions because he's never been taught how to do that.
Yeah.
And it's very clear that you struggle looking her in the eye and talking to her. And yet you say that it's, you know how much you love her, and I can see that in your face. But you still didn't say, Danny, I love you. You said, I love you like I love all my children.
Yeah.
Do you think you could tell her that you loved her?
Yeah. Yeah. I do love you. I love you lots.
I love you too.
He's never expressed himself anyway.
Yeah.
That was difficult for both of you, wasn't it,
Yeah.
then?
That was.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Nick's mum was in her 80s and she was exactly like you, Nigel, in that she came from a generation that it was an unspoken rule. Parents loved the children, but they didn't have to say.
Yeah.
And we trained her to say, I love you.
Would you mind saying it again?
Yeah.
Just say, Danny, I love you.
Danny, I love you.
Dad, I love you too.
Was that a little bit easier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Obviously, we know that you pull your hair.
Yeah.
You mentioned your son.
Yes.
Are you aware that it's affecting him in any way, or is it? I don't know.
I wasn't actually sure. I've never brought it to his attention. I've never discussed it with him. And I thought that, you know, me being like a single parent, that he would have noticed. But I told him recently, and he was more upset that he thought I felt I couldn't, like I didn't trust him to tell him. Oh. But it was more that I'd explained to him I was embarrassed to tell him.
Ethan's actually got a little message for you.
Okay.
So just tell me, what do you know about why we're filming with your mummy today?
Because she's got a problem with her hair. The hair keeps falling out.
And what do you think about your mummy's hair falling out?
I think it's a bit sad for her and a bit embarrassing as well for her. Because she can't come out and she thinks everyone's seeing it when they look at her.
What do you think your mummy feels like whenever her hair is falling out? What do you think it makes her feel like?
Look, she's got no hair and that she's going to be bald soon.
Oh,
and
bless
it's
her.
really probably sad for her because she really doesn't want to have her hair falling out.
Oh, bless him.
How does that make you feel, seeing that?
Makes me feel sad that he's so aware of my feelings, I guess. You know, that wasn't really so much about how he felt about it, but more how he thought I felt about it.
That's right.
That he's picking up on that. So I'm obviously projecting that, or without knowing that I am.
And his view is that you've got poorly hair.
Yeah.
How would he feel if he knew that you were the cause of that?
I don't know. He probably wouldn't be very happy.
If this doesn't stop, it's going to go the other way, and Ethan's going to have some issues.
Yeah.
You see, because it's not always, in your case, you're an anxious lady and you shake, and I don't know what other things that you do, but you gave Danny the option and she's found her pulling.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
And therefore, it really does have to change, Danny, today.
Yeah, it does.
Right, well, I think we've got all the information that we need, but I do know that you've all written letters to one another.
Yes.
So could I ask for you to read your letters out? And if we could start with you, Nigel, would you please read your letter to Danny?
Yeah. To Danny, I would like to say how much you are loved, and I wish you could refrain from removing your hair, as it is causing you anguish and depressing you. Please know that both your mum and dad want the best for you, as with all our children. Your sparkle is gone, and you have been withdrawn. For me, any hope for you seems far away, and any help would be much appreciated.
You're proud of your dad, aren't you? That was a good job.
I'm very proud of him. He had lots of emotion in that. So, yeah.
Gillian?
I think that when you looked in the mirror recently, you had a shock at how thin your hair had become and was very self-conscious that people were looking at you. My heart was breaking, and it would be so great if you could be aware of what you were doing and maybe to even try to stop, and then maybe my bubbly, laughing, sparkling girl will be back. And we are so close, and you've been for always. Love you forever, Mum.
Today I realised, Mum, just how much my pulling really upset you, and it broke my heart. I will forever be deeply grateful for your daily support through my battle. Dad, I love you, even though I may not say it enough. Thank you for supporting my mum through this. At least she had you to confide in about her true feelings of my trichotillomania. I am going to change this. I will be an ex-trickster. I will get my gorgeous hair back. And with that, my confidence, so I will again be your sparkly girl. Love as always, Danny.
So let me ask you the question.
Yeah.
Today's the day. Are you ready to change?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Okay. And we've got your support.
Definitely.
Well, in that case, thank you both so much. Thank you all.
Thank you.
We will come and say goodbye to you, and then we'd like you to leave Danny with us. Is that all right? Okay. Come on.
Having to bring up about me being bullied was really, really difficult, having to actually speak out in front of my mum and dad for them to know how severely down and rock bottom that I actually got to. I did struggle, but it feels so much better now that I've actually got it out in the open.
We've got a young woman who has tremendously low self-esteem due to bullying and therefore believes she's worthless, and yet her dad has never said, "I love you." And really, those words could have made a drastic difference in childhood. Nigel's saying, "I love you," has been a key component to the change we're going to see in Danny today.
Today, a disorder destroying one woman's life.
My name's Danny, I'm 32, and I suffer from trichotillomania, which means I constantly pull my hair out.
It's a condition she feels powerless to control.
A lot of people think it's a habit, but it isn't a habit. I don't want to pull, I have to pull my hair.
So ashamed is she of her appearance, she avoids being seen in public.
I feel people are judging me when they look at me. They're thinking, what's wrong with her hair?
As a single mum to 8-year-old Ethan, Danny knows her behaviour has to change.
Could I ask you to please touch your hair for me?
Yeah.
And can I ask you to find one of those hairs, those wiry ones that you would normally like? One of those favourite ones.
Yeah, I've got one.
Okay. I'd like you to play with that hair, and I would like you to score out of 10 how much of a desire you have to pull that hair right now.
Probably about a 7.
Okay.
Okay. And whilst you're doing that, Danny, what is it you're thinking about?
How nice it feels. The hair.
So you're getting comfort
Yeah,
from doing it?
yeah.
Okay.
And how I need it to be out of my head. Out of my hair, I need
Okay.
to get
So,
rid of it.
you see, when you said that to me, I'm thinking how nice it feels and how great it is that your hair grows so it can feel nice and you can touch it. I didn't think for a moment that it would be great to have it out of your head, because then that ruins it, does it not?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
You see, what I find really interesting, Danny, is the words that you just used and you don't even realise. Just like when you pull, you don't realise. The words that you used just then, you don't realise. You actually said,
I need to get it out of my head.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
and that speaks volumes to us.
Okay, I've got something to show you.
Okay.
Now a tie box. What I'd like you to do is pull a hair, if you will. Just like you would yours.
I don't want to do that.
Why not?
Because it's ruining it, isn't it?
But I don't mind. I'll give you permission, it's all right. I'd like you to tell me how it feels pulling the hair out like that.
I don't really want to pull it out of that, though. It doesn't feel right anyways. It's not my hair.
Is hair not hair? What's the difference?
I don't know. It would just be if that was a person, I wouldn't pull their hair.
If that was a person, you wouldn't pull their hair?
No.
What are you?
A person.
That's interesting.
I'd like you to. You don't have to do it on that. I mean, obviously you can put it on your lap and then you can get a right good pull on it.
There you go.
And how did that feel?
Horrible. I didn't like doing that.
But see here, look at that. When I pull that hair back.
Horrible. Looks like my hair.
It's ruined.
Yeah.
And how does that make you feel?
Sad.
Sad is how I feel when I look at you.
Right.
When it's not nice to feel that way.
No, it's not. No.
Let's put her away. So, what's resonating with me right now is the fact that you said, I have to get it out.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't know whether you've had this realisation yet, but the bullying started with your hair.
Amongst other things, but yeah.
Because you had lovely curly hair,
Yes.
thick hair, and that's what everyone wants, really.
Yeah, that's true. Lots of people say that
That's
they
what everyone wants.
pay good money for curly hair. Yeah.
That's right. But you had it. And because people were obviously jealous of it, and you didn't like the names that they called you because of it, you wanted to get it out.
Yeah. Never thought of it like that, but yeah.
And you've spent 18 years trying.
Yeah.
I'd like to put that on your knee. And you can do it sideways.
How does that make you feel, by the way? Knowing that you're instructed by a group of girls, they called your hair, they were jealous, but you didn't see it as jealousy because you were a child, and you began to hate it because that was the reason. That gave them something to attack you with. So you spent 18 years trying to pull it out so you can't be attacked.
It almost makes me feel stupid.
Stupid's good.
Yeah.
Once we start feeling stupid, we start changing.
I feel stupid that I've carried that through for all these years.
Okay. You also mentioned that you got attacked with a compass.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel looking at that?
Horrible.
It's not frightening, is it?
No.
No. Okay. Because what I'd like to do, I'd like to give you that.
Thank you.
I want you to put the compass, that white board there is like your white shirt.
Yeah.
And I'd like you to put the compass in there, through that whiteboard for me.
We'll just shove it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Painful.
How many times did you get stabbed with this compass, would you say?
I couldn't even tell you how many.
Because there were so many.
Yeah. It was all through the maths lesson. It would last, I don't know, 40 minutes or something. So, throughout it when teachers...
Show us.
I want you to stab it again, and again, all the way through to the bottom. Thank you.
Does that make you feel better?
Yeah.
See, the compass was something that was used to hurt you.
Yeah.
And you said this started at the age of 14, but it finished in your final year, which I guess was when you were 15. So you got bullied for 1 year.
No, I started pulling my hair out at 14. I was bullied from my first year of school.
Ah, OK. So you were bullied from when you first started school,
Yeah.
and then the bullies stopped when you were 15.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
So that's 4 years.
Yeah.
So for 4 years, you were
You
bullied.
you got bullied, and you got stabbed with a compass.
Yeah.
So that was. I think you should do some more.
Okay, I didn't realise it was so long.
4 years of stabbing. That's a lot.
All the way down to the base of the pad. What's your opinion of bullying, Danny?
It's disgusting and nobody should go through it. It's not fair.
You're absolutely right. It's not fair. You see, the bullying stopped when you were 15,
Yeah.
And how old are you?
32.
but somebody carried on. And you just said nobody should go through it.
No, they shouldn't.
So why would you do it to yourself?
I don't know. Shouldn't.
Is bullying ever acceptable?
No, never.
No matter whether you're fat, you're thin,
No.
long hair, short hair,
People
black,
are people.
white.
When the bullying stopped at school, since that time, has anyone insulted your hair?
No. No, they haven't.
So why are you still trying to pull it out then?
I don't know.
Does it make any sense?
No, it doesn't make any sense at all.
And now you know the bullies were jealous. Is it now time to show it off?
Yeah.
Do you want to carry on doing this?
No.
You're not a bully, are you?
No.
But can you see that you have been, you carried on where they left off?
Yeah.
When the bullying stopped when you got to 15, the hair pulling should have stopped as well.
And I carried on bullying myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing their job for them. And do you know what? They've got on with their lives. I bet they don't even remember you.
That's true.
And here's the choice for your future. You can either let it go today, let your hair grow back, and enjoy your life with your son and your lovely family.
Yeah.
Or you can carry on being a victim.
I don't want to be a victim.
You see, because to be a victim, there's always got to be an oppressor. That's how it works.
Yeah.
You can't be a victim unless there's an oppressor. And when the bullying stopped at 15, you became both. You're victim and oppressor.
How would you feel about your son being bullied?
Scares me. Oh, it would break my heart if he did.
And would you do something about it?
Yeah, I would. I've brought him up to know about bullying because I went through it, to never be a bully.
Okay. But you're actually allowing your childhood bullies to impact the quality and enjoyment of his life, are you not?
Yeah, I am. And I feel really guilty about that.
That's right, because you're telling him about bullies, but you're allowing your childhood bullies.
To bully him.
Yeah. I've never looked at it like that. I was bullying myself. But that is what I'm doing.
Correct. So let me ask you a really big question right now. Who was to blame for your childhood bullying? Was it the bully or was it your hair?
The bully.
So why have you been blaming your hair? Because that's what you've been doing.
I don't know.
So is it time to stop?
Yeah.
So, Danny, what I'd like you to do now, if you don't mind, is touch your hair. How does it feel?
Feels like hair.
What's changed?
Welcome to our world. Yeah, look. Oh, it feels like hair, yeah.
What's changed?
I don't want to pull my hair
At all?
at all.
I really believe you, but I've got a question, obviously. So, before you came here today, you've pulled your hair for 18 years
Yes.
and every hour.
Yeah, every hour. Yeah.
Every hour. and you've done loads of damage. You're sat here now. All the time that you've been with us, you've not pulled your hair.
Yeah.
Which is great. And I can see in your face you've totally changed. But how do we know when you leave here today that it will carry on and you won't pull anymore?
Because I know I won't pull anymore. Because I know my hair will grow back. And I have no urge. I don't want to do that to myself anymore. I'm not a bully. My hair was beautiful and it will be again.
Today is most definitely a new start for you.
Today is the first day of the rest of my life.
Lovely.
And you know what, Danny? We've got a little surprise for you.
Okay.
We are going to take you now to see a specialist who is going to put your bald patches right for you. And you're going having a makeover. How does that sound?
Really?
Yes. Are you up for it?
Yeah.
32-year-old Danny has suffered from a destructive disorder for 18 years.
I pull my hair out and I eat the root.
It's left her feeling paranoid and worthless.
It's been hell. I've always been able to kind of hide it, whereas now I'm struggling with that.
With her therapy session over, Danny no longer feels compelled to pull her hair out.
How do we know you won't pull anymore?
Because I know I won't pull anymore. I don't want to do that to myself.
Nick and Eva believe that a new hairstyle is the next step to getting her life back on track.
Dawn, this is Danny. We're going to leave Danny with you, if that's okay. We're going to let you work your magic, so we know that you're the expert. And we'll come back and see the massive transformation, and we can't wait to see you in a couple of hours.
Losing her thick curls has destroyed Danny's self-esteem. Her natural hair will take years to grow back. But by using extensions, Danny can have a new head of hair in just a few hours.
How the system is going to work, it actually fits over the top of your own hair.
I think my mum and dad, well, especially my mum, will be very, very emotional when she sees me with the normal hair for the first time in so many years. And my little boy will be quite excited as well.
While your hair is growing underneath here, you know, you can carry on enjoying having a great head of hair, living your life as normal and looking fabulous.
Lots of hair, lots of confidence.
Definitely, the two go hand in hand.
Indeed.
How's that feel?
Different. Like I've got more hair.
I think you've got about 3 times the amount of hair.
Like I used to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit wild at the moment, but...
Wild? I don't care. I haven't had hair for so long. Wild is fine. I can't believe here. This was always thin and I had, you know?
It's definitely not thin now.
Understatement.
Wow.
I know.
Wow. Oh my God.
I know. Amazing. It feels amazing. And I want to feel it, not to pull it out, but just to feel it. It's like loads of hair. I just want to feel it and love it and apologise to it for
That's the one.
Yeah.
The apology.
Say sorry to it for all the pain I've put it through all these years.
It is unbelievable.
I feel like a new person.
You look amazing.
And it is just like, you can't tell that it's not yours.
I know, that's crazy. It's like I said, it's even better than what my hair's ever been.
I cannot wait to see your mum's face.
Oh, I cannot wait.
How do you think your mum's going to react?
She's going to cry, and I'm not sure, because maybe Dad will be, after today, I think he might be a bit more open.
Yeah.
So rather than normally he would probably stay there and just stand there and just sort of smile, maybe he'll actually say, so I don't know. Thank you so much for everything, though.
Oh, it's a pleasure, really. Honestly, I'm so happy for you, aren't we? We're thrilled to pieces.
I'm so
I'm
thankful.
stunned. Honestly, it's amazing.
Oh, we've still got makeup to go yet.
I know. Hair sorted, face sorted, life sorted.
All in one day.
All in one day.
For Danny, this is an opportunity to leave her trichotillomania in the past and move forward with her life.
I feel great. And I don't want to get upset or cry because I've just had my makeup done. But yeah, I feel like me.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, you look amazing. Let's turn you around and have a proper look. Oh, Danny, you really do look stunning. Do you know what? You got bullied because you were so beautiful. In fact, you're so beautiful. Honestly.
I feel beautiful.
You could be a model.
Thank you.
And you know what? You could be a model and you look amazing. And I think it would be wrong just to share this moment with ourselves. I think we need to capture it. And because of that, we're taking you for a photo shoot.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Just a few hours ago, Danny didn't want to be seen in public. With Nick and Eva's help, she's got the confidence to embrace her future and share it with the people she loves the most.
We've got a male model here for you to join you. Hello. Look at your daughter. Oh,
Oh my God. Wow. You're beautiful. You're so beautiful. Wow, God.
The makeover hasn't just been a positive experience for Danny. Her mum and dad can't hide their delight.
The transformation was absolutely incredible.
And she's standing proud. And she's put her shoulders back and she's saying, right, I'm going to be starting my life now.
Yeah, look at me. See what I am now.
Yeah, and it was just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
For Ethan tonight, it's been amazing. He has been really emotional and it has literally melted my heart that he has seen his mummy smiling like this and he's crying because Mummy looks beautiful, is what he told me today. And he hasn't said that for a long time. So something's changed in him, and I think this whole experience will bring us closer together as well.
Danny's been really brave to open herself up and share what she's been through. The great thing is that I think that Danny will be a real positive ambassador to others who are suffering today, and she's helped other people to realise that they don't have to suffer forever. There is a way and there's hope.